So, and as we said before, we need a little basic groundwork for all that is coming up in the webinar. So for that, I wanted to give Christian Mietz the chance to give you all a little presentation of what is e-fueling, how it's supposed to work, what's the idea behind all that. And for that, I'm very thankful that he's here with us today to give that little introduction to all of you out there. Christian, it's your turn.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Christian Mietz. I work for more than 20 years with Lufthansa and more than 15 years in the fuel management. Basically, e-fueling is one of my topics I'm working for, and I would like to give a little introduction what e-fueling is all about and what the meaning for the daily operations of an airline is. The basic purpose of e-fueling, or the basic feature of e-fueling, is touchless information flow between the flight deck and the into-plane agents, no matter whether the aircraft is in the air or on the ground. And especially in times of COVID-19, it is also for a distanced process. What is crucial to an airline is timely and free of delays operations. Whenever it comes to a delay, what we see over here, there happens for the first time a delay. This delay affects all subsequent flights. And that is what makes the operation of an aircraft unstable, and that is what is to be avoided. The information exchange between an aircraft and into-plane agent, or the fuel truck in particular, is by e-fueling is done via electronic data exchange. I would like to give a little animation of the process. The pilot sends, possibly via ACARS or any other electronic means, the fuel order. This fuel order is then transferred directly to the fuel truck, which is alongside the aircraft and serves the aircraft with refueling. The refueling happens, and after the refueling, the fuel truck sends the e-ticket, or the fuel summary, the electronic delivery slip. The aircraft itself gives an acknowledgement back to the fuel truck that happens instantly, and that is what saves the time in the process, especially for the into-planer. So there's no need anymore for any paper print or for running around to get a signature, to find a person who is giving a signature, and so on. This is a totally independent process, and the acknowledgement comes right away from the aircraft, which takes not longer than 2 minutes. So after the acknowledgement is sent to the fuel truck, the process for the fuel truck or for the into-planer is over. It is totally independent from the quantity check of the pilot. The quantity check of the pilot can be done later on with it according to the data which is uplinked to the aircraft. You see that over here, blue in color. This is an example again of ACARS, but that can be any other electronic mean, may it ELB or pilot app or whatever. That is totally independent from the means of communication, but the process is independent. So after the pilot did his quantity check, he sends back the message to backup processes, back office processes like accounting, emission trade, or whatever. That is totally independent from the into-planer. Then the aircraft does what an aircraft should do and what it makes money with. It flies. So that is totally uninteresting for the ground process, for the into-planer process, until the aircraft approaches the next airport. Even during the flight or during the approach, the aircraft can link down some messages and give some information to the interplaner on the next airport. The last message an aircraft usually sends is any kind of flight log with, for example, the shutdown message or the shutdown quantities. That is the process from an airline point of view. If we look to the other side of the process, to the refueling company, they have a different process, but dependent to the aircraft rotation. So even during the en route flight, the aircraft can link down some information like the fuel order that can be also done in the approach flight, or it can be done during the ground process already. This is the dispatch period of the refueling mission for the interplaner. Then the interplane company does the refueling, the physical refueling, and this process ends with the e-ticket or the fuel summary, and in return with the acknowledgement, with the corresponding acknowledgement. This process can even be shortened up. In case the aircraft carries the fuel for the return flight, the information can be given already during the en route flight of the aircraft. That shortens the dispatch process of the interplaner. This information is very, very valuable for him because he can take out one fuel truck out of his planning, out of his rotation planning. And this gives some flexibility to the interplaner. Are there any questions?
Not as I can see the question. So I think all that is left to say from my side is thank you very much for that introduction. And with that baseline, I think we're all so ready to get right into the details and move on to the next sessions of our webinar. So again, Christian, thank you very, very much for those insights and that introduction.